Right now at 10, Joe Biden speaks in Westby about a new investment in rural energy.
And his son Hunter Biden pleads guilty in a tax evasion case.
Plus, what Wisconsin Republicans are saying about Bidenomics.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Ken Kozorowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. President Joe Biden visiting Westby to announce a major investment in rural electric cooperatives.
News 8 Now's Allison Ferget was at Vernon Electric Cooperative, where President Biden spoke earlier today. She's got the details.
It is a transformative day for us. I mean, I just like to say it's awesome.
President Joe Biden in Westby to announce a new investment in rural communities.
$7.3 billion in grants to 16 electrical co-ops nationwide.
Using funds set aside from the Inflation Reduction Act, the money is meant to help co-ops build clean energy infrastructure, and Western Wisconsin's very own Dairyland Power Cooperative is getting a slice. The co-op will receive just under $573 million.
What this program allows us to do is it's really moving us from a walk to a run. Without this grant, we would be unable to do it as big and as fast.
According to a release, Dairyland will use the funding to develop projects totaling 1,080 megawatts.
We're adding enough renewable energy to serve 240,000 homes.
The White House expects the program to have a significant impact on the environment nationwide.
Because of our historic actions, we're going to reduce by 43 million tons greenhouse gas pollution every single year as a consequence of these investments.
But officials at Dairyland say there's another positive coming out of the program.
And it also has a kind of a subtle benefit as well, which is the ability to refinance some existing debt on our power plants that will save our members a massive amount of money going forward from really next year and beyond.
Dairyland estimates they will be able to lower their rates by 42% over the next 10 years. Rural farmers believe lower energy costs will help their farms thrive and, in turn, help the broader community thrive.
Rural communities thrive and then the nation thrives. And so in order to keep rural communities thriving, we need to make those investments. And this is one of those that's going to affect more than just one community. It's going to affect the whole area that Dairyland Power serves.
Reporting in Westby, Allison Ferget, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Allison. Now, the president's visit comes the same day his son pleaded guilty to tax evasion out in California. Hunter Biden was charged with failing to pay more than $1 million in federal taxes while living a, quote, extravagant lifestyle. Biden's lawyers initially tried to submit an Alford plea today, which means he would maintain innocence but accept the sentence for a guilty verdict. But Biden then switched to a straightforward plea deal in court. He could face up to 17 years in prison.
Back in Westby, the president's arrival created quite a stir for those living in the city of less than 2,500 people. We spoke with residents near Vernon Electric, and while plenty of residents aren't Biden or Kamala Harris supporters, many say in a city of this size, it's exciting to have the President of the United States in their backyard. Lori Feller retired from Vernon Electric 2 years ago. When she heard the president was visiting the facility today, she says she wishes she would have stayed a little bit longer.
Maybe for just this day, but retirement is awesome. Yeah, part of me wishes that I was over there, but it's fine.
Now, while Biden is the first president to visit Westby, he isn't the first to pass through the city. George W. Bush drove through Westby while campaigning for his brother Jeb Bush during his 2016 bid for the presidency.
Not everyone thrilled for the president to be visiting the area. Wisconsin GOP Chairman Brian Schimming issuing a statement before Biden's arrival, saying in part, Joe Biden's return to Wisconsin is the comeback tour that no one wanted. This visit is not a celebration, but a somber reminder that a vote for Harris and Tim Walz this November is a vote for another 4 years of Joe Biden.
Congressman Derek Van Orden and Senate candidate Eric Hovde also teamed up to talk economics with farmers in Melrose. Both believe Bidenomics have negative impacts on American farmers. Hovde says farmers have expressed struggle with the excessive regulations under the Biden administration.
Input costs, as Derek said, are rising. The regulatory structure. Every single farm that we both go to, they always talk about the excessive amount of regulation.
Van Orden also calls upon the Senate Agriculture Committee to allow Congress to pass the Farm Bill to support farmers with funding programs and improved crop insurance. Democrats have staunchly opposed elements of the House committee version, which proposes the largest cut in 30 years to the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, formerly known as food stamps. The 2018 Farm Bill expires at the end of this month.
Well, we started the day with some rain in western Wisconsin. Greg, any chances tomorrow when we've got Friday Night Football?
I think not as much, but the thing will be, the other story will be the temperatures for Friday Night Football. I think at the start of the game, it may not be as chilly, but towards the end, you're definitely going to feel it. But we still could see some showers tomorrow. I think most of that will be during the daytime. Right now, we had a few out there, mainly east, but otherwise just some cloud cover, and temperatures have lowered into the 50s to around 60 right now. Big picture shows there's more activity up to the north towards Winnipeg. That is the system that will be tracking tomorrow to bring more showers to the area. Scattered, it won't be an all-day rain, and many areas probably won't see it, but there is that opportunity more as we go in towards the afternoon hours, getting just up to 64 only La Crosse by noon, and that north wind will definitely start picking up too, along with those showers in the afternoon. Eau Claire too, getting back up to around 62. The showers starting to pick up after about noon and then continuing on to 5 p.m. Now, you may not need the coffee really warm for tomorrow, but come Saturday morning, I'll show you what those temperatures look like, because it's going to be definitely chilly. But there is some positive news for the weekend, and I'll explain that a bit later too.
All right, looking forward to those details. Thank you, Greg. La Crosse's Parks Director is asking the city for $270,000 to cover marsh cleanup and more park security. It's the latest step in a long-developing city homelessness issue that parks officials are calling a no-win situation. This summer, Common Council expanded the camping ban to include all city-owned property. It was a response to unsheltered individuals living in the La Crosse River marsh. Last month, park staff and law enforcement cleared out the marsh, picking up 44 tons of garbage. Parks Director Jay Odegaard says they had no choice but to clean the marsh, but the costs tied to that were not part of his department's budget.
You know, our work won't be done here. There's going to be other encampments, and we'll continue to address it. However, none of that is, built into our operating budget. We're faced with doing our job, yet trying to be compassionate at the same time, and we oftentimes find it very difficult to not, get faulted either way we go.
Now, the other part of the funding request will add security to Cameron and Burns parks during the week. This year, the city hired Byerson Specialized Protection Services to monitor city parks and ramps on the weekends. This request would allow 2 more security guards, one to monitor each park from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday.
We had a approved security contract, but when it was approved, we didn't really have a funding source for it. So part of that is this. If the funding request is not approved, then we will be not doing the security in the parks.
They're asking for this money to come out of the $300,000 contingency fund currently in the operating budget. If approved, that security schedule would be in place just to the end of this year. Odegaard says the security is not to keep anyone out of the park, it's to ensure.
We had a approved security contract, but when it was approved, we didn't really.
Okay, the Wisconsin DNR is urging ATV and UTV riders to drive safely. Today, the department announced its recent numbers on ATV, UTV accidents and fatalities in Wisconsin. This year alone, there were 26 deaths ranging from ages 4 to 79. 5 of those deaths happened within the last 2 weeks. 69% of ATV, UTV crashes occurred on public roads and trail systems. The DNR is asking riders to make safety part of their conversation and to take necessary precautions to avoid accidents.
Helmets, seatbelts, sober operation, observing stop signs, speed limits, and passenger occupancy. All these actions are easy to do.
Dombrowski says to expect more DNR wardens and local patrol officers on routes and trails this weekend as they kick off their Think Smart Before You Start safety campaign.
New light shed on the school shooting in Georgia.
What the FBI is revealing about the shooter's history when we come back.
Make your tailgate tail great at Hy-Vee. Fresh ground chuck, $3.98 a pound. Hy-Vee potato chips, just 99 cents. And Coke 6-pack bottles, just $2.98. Save in-store and online, Friday through Sunday at Hy-Vee.
Kamala Harris cast the tie-breaking vote that created America's inflation.
The vice president votes in the affirmative, and the bill is passed.
Economists said Harris's vote led directly to the higher prices we pay. 22% more for groceries, 50% more for gas. Mortgage costs nearly double. Thanks a lot, Kamala. Trump had our economy humming. He'll do it again.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Whatever you were thinking, think bigger. It's the King Furniture Labor Day sale. Bigger selection and bigger discounts. Get up to 60% off the biggest names in furniture and 0% financing. Whoa, now that's big. Shop our huge inventory of in-stock furniture and have it in your home quick with free delivery. You won't want to miss this. It's the Labor Day sale going on now at King Furniture.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
BMO. Make your tailgate tail great at Hy-Vee. Fresh ground chuck, $3.98 a pound. Hy-Vee potato chips, just 99 cents. And Coke 6-pack bottles, just $2.98. Save in-store and online, Friday through Sunday at Hy-Vee.
New information is emerging about the Georgia teenager who police say opened fire at his high school Wednesday, killing 2 students and 2 teachers and injuring at least 9 others. The FBI says the suspect had been on their radar. The suspect's father in the Georgia school shooting that left 2 students and 2 teachers dead has been arrested by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation.
54-year-old Colin Gray faces several charges, including involuntary manslaughter and second-degree murder. Police and federal agents are investigating if the weapon used in the shooting was purchased by the father as a gift for his son last year.
Mr. Gray, these charges stem from Mr. Gray knowingly allowing his son, Colt, to possess a weapon.
Classes at Appalachia High School remain canceled as students and members of the community gathered to leave flowers and reflect. The alleged gunman is scheduled to make his first court appearance on Friday.
The latest estimates for private sector job creation are in.
What August numbers could mean for the Fed later this month.
Well, the calendar says September. We're going to feel like October for Friday and Saturday, but there is some good news. If you want the 80s, they're coming back next week. We'll break all that down coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
The Labor Day sale is going on now at International Furniture. 40% off the retail price on all upholstery in stock and special orders. All in-stock pictures, rugs, lamps, and accessories, 50% off the retail price. International Furniture, I-90 Airport Exit 2, La Crosse.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Eric Hovde insulted Wisconsin seniors.
Almost nobody in a nursing home is in a point to vote.
What a jerk. He attacked those who are overweight.
Fine, you want to do that? Your health care is going to cost more.
How insulting is that?
He called farmers lazy.
Look at the old physical toil. Now you're largely driving around a tractor.
This guy doesn't have a clue. Eric Hovde has insulted just about everyone.
What's wrong with this guy?
Hey folks, Ronnie Craig here, inviting you out to the 27th Annual Elvis Explosion, live at the La Crosse Center, September 6, 7, and 8. Come on out, see 30 Elvis tribute artists from all over the world. Battle it out for $25,000 in cash. Tickets for this rocking weekend are available at the box office, Ticketmaster.com, or Days of Shows. That's the Elvis Explosion, September 6, 7, and 8, live at the La Crosse Center. See you there, or you ain't nothing but a hound dog.
You just have to get in the seat of a John Deere Gator XUV 835M, not because of the spacious cargo box, or because it can tackle any terrain. not even because it tows up to 4,000 pounds. You just have to get in the seat because something about being this productive just makes you smile.
Visit Tractor Central, take a seat, and see for yourself why nothing runs like a deer. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, you can always find the best brands at the best prices. But for a limited time only, we're offering our lowest prices of the year throughout the store. Like men's work and sport pocket tees, $10.99 each. 20-pound bags of Blaine's brand wild bird food, rewards members get 2 for $12. Guardian Swift Pick pine shavings, only $5.49 a bundle. And buy early and get $150 instant savings on this Cub Cadet snow thrower. Don't miss your chance to get our lowest prices of the year, only at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
The Labor Day sale is going on now at International Furniture. 40% off the retail price on all upholstery in stock and special orders. All in-stock pictures, rugs, lamps, and accessories, 50% off the retail price. International Furniture, I-90 Airport Exit 2, La Crosse.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
Hiring cooled significantly in the U.S. private sector last month. Payroll processor ADP reports businesses added 99,000 jobs in August. Now that estimate is well below economists' expectations of 141,000.
ADP's numbers don't always correlate with the official federal jobs report, but they're sometimes viewed as a proxy for overall hiring activity. Friday's report for August could prove consequential in determining the health of not just employment, but whether the Fed could lower interest rates.
Well, we could be dipping into some chilly temperatures heading into this weekend. Let's get those details from Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart.
Yeah, it'll definitely feel chilly. We haven't seen some of these temperatures probably since May for some areas. So there's a possibility some of the lower lying areas, the coldest spots, may see a little bit of frost, but it's not going to be widespread frost. Typical frost for La Crosse in areas usually is really the beginning of October. But we do have some showers continue on Friday. It'll be hit and miss. Definitely cooler. You'll notice that 10-degree drop probably in the high temperatures. Friday night into Saturday morning, that's when we could see some 30s in a lot of areas, if not low 40s. Definitely will be chilly, the coldest night we've had in quite a while. And then cool Saturday. The good news is if you want the warmer temperatures, we should be near seasonal average by Sunday, and then we're going to start warming back up next week. So it's just a short brief drop with the temperatures, but overnight lows are not going to be too bad tonight. We're going to be more into the low 50s, maybe some upper 40s. Cloud cover, you might see a shower for areas north closer to morning, but otherwise it should be fairly dry with that north wind. So then tomorrow, as I mentioned, we do have some more moisture pushing south overnight, for tomorrow. So by noon with some daytime heating, I think we'll start seeing some of the showers developing across the area. It seems to focus a lot further to the south along the Mississippi River, but that activity is after about 12 to about 4. You see some hit and miss showers here with that north wind. The rain amounts won't be a lot, but definitely you'll see the cool temperatures only in the 60s by noon in the afternoon, maybe topping close to 70. Here's a few more showers that'll continue through 5 p.m. I believe by the time we get to 6 or 7, by the time we get to high school football time, most of that activity should be diminished. You still might see a shower or sprinkle, but most areas will begin to clear. Notice the temperatures. By the time we get to the end of the football games, a lot of these areas will be in the low 50s and or 40s too as we go throughout the night. So it definitely will be kind of chilly towards the tail end of these games. Overall, there's your high temperatures, about a 10-degree drop from what we had today. That would be about 5 to 10, almost below average. Once again, those showers scattered mainly in the afternoon. These are the lows for Saturday morning. 43 in La Crosse, that's not quite a record. 40 would be the record. Overall, Sparta, Black River Falls, more favored areas. They could dip down into the low to mid 30s once again. So that is definitely going to be chilly. Coldest temps we had. The good news is we're only going to see that one night because all this cold air in this blue right there is eventually going to push off to the east. And by the time we get to Sunday and Monday, we're going to start seeing that warm air to the west. It's really making a heat wave out there. Will begin to expand and lift towards the area by the time we get to Monday, Tuesday, and even Wednesday. So we're going to see a lot more red kind of bubbled up over the area. So that means 80s are coming back to the area too. The bad news is if we want precipitation, this pattern is not really that. It's going to be dry. And there's your temperatures. We look out 68 on Saturday, but that'll be the last time we see the 60s for a while. We'll be seeing 80s all next week. And the other theme is a very dry forecast once we get past the little showers tomorrow. And this dry weather could continue for another couple weeks. This month of September is looking fairly dry at this point.
Warm and dry.
We're going to get the 80s back.
Okay,
So
like a return to July.
Yeah, just bundled up for Friday night football and then Saturday morning, but ladies will be back next week, so you can put that stuff away again.
Sounds good. Like
Thanks,
it.
Greg. Yep. Well, coming up next in sports, the Warriors of Winona State looking to get off to a 1-0 start at home tonight, plus two of our area's best volleyball teams from a year ago looking to pick up a conference dub. Jacob is up next.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin, with 6 locations of fun.
Right now, it's the Labor Day sale at Home Furniture. Get up to an extra 10% off sale prices, like this counter table and 4 chairs for just $999. Or pay no interest for 3 years during the Labor Day sale, going on now at Home Furniture.
More lies from Donald Trump. The truth? On Kamala Harris's watch, violent crime went down. Her record as district attorney and attorney general? Locking up child abusers, online predators, and violent offenders, and shutting down international drug cartels. Under Donald Trump, a violent crime wave. And Trump ordered MAGA extremists to kill the bipartisan border security bill. Trump just talks tough. Kamala Harris is tough.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry because you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
Dear veteran, if you or someone you know struggles with PTSD, family relationships, financial or other hardships, let us help get you back on track. Here at Project New Hope, we offer a no-cost weekend wilderness retreat with only one mission: you. Licensed counselors are available around the clock, meals are provided, and there is no obligation to you. For more information, please visit projectnewhope.net and let us help bring you home.
It's the Labor Day mattress sale at Home Sleep Express. Get up to an extra 10% off sale prices or pay no interest for 3 years on quality mattress brands Luxuria and Thomas Cole Sleep during the Labor Day mattress sale, going on now at Home Sleep Express.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
Well, Waniwak Center finished last season on top of the Division IV Volleyball World as they took home their first ever state title. If they want to get back to state, they need to meet all challengers. Some new signage on the wall as fans are pumped up to welcome back their T-Wolves. First set, Waniwak Center can't get it over the net, but Bella Lemoyne catches the defense napping, Wolves down by 2. Later, a pass on the front row sets up Brooklyn Bolton for the spike over the wall. Wolves keeping this one close, and the fans are loving it. Visitors coming up strong in the first set. Hannah Hunkins scores from the front row. Cardinals take set 1, 25-20. Second set, Wolves come out firing. Lemoyne in the front row, sending the ball into the empty space for the point. Waniwak Center takes the last 3 sets as they go on to win 3-1. Defending Scenic Bluffs champs opening up in their new gym, hosting New Lisbon. Set point in the second set, Royals Annika Wolpott scoring off the serve, and we are all tied at 1. Jump to the third set, New Lisbon's Aria Reyes on the front row. No need for anything fancy there. Coming here for the point. Panthers keeping their offense going in this one. Kylie Rick in the front row. Coming with a spike with authority. Later, off the serve, Royals Bria Gruen. No help needed. Panthers start to build a lead. Royal picking up where they left off with a 3-1 win. All right, Central and Aquinas facing off in some MVC action. A couple of teams off to good starts this year. Central outside hitter Sierra Freed starting the home side off with a strong start and a big-time swing for the point there, but Aquinas would fight back. Sammy Davis is going to sky for the kill. Then Addison Forrest coming up here with a back scratcher, putting some oomph behind that one. Teammates in student section loving it. These are some really tight sets here in this one. Aquinas would win the first 2 sets by just a combined 5 points. Then they pull away late in that one for the sweep of the Riverhawks. UW La Crosse taking part in their season opener out in New York, and it was all Eagles. Late first quarter, Kyle Haas finding Wyatt Lemoyne to make it 14-0. Then still that score until halfway through the third quarter. It's Zach Weir, this time at quarterback, and he's taking a shot, and Wyatt Lemoyne is the target again, and that right there is a busted coverage. That makes it 21-0. Then your attention at the top of the screen, please. It is the All-American Jack Studer going beast mode with one-handed snag right there. Eagles roll the Engineers 35-0. All right, more football. Saginaw Valley State visiting Winona State for each team's first game of the year. Warriors down 14-0 in the first quarter until Cole Strenstrom finds Silvery Campbell on the outside, and Campbell breaks a tackle, and he's got nothing but open field in front of him. That slices the home side deficit in half. Early in the second quarter, the Cardinals would tack on a field goal, but the WSU offense was on the move here in the ensuing possession. Jim Curtin takes it inside the red zone, and then Carrion Hendred is going to get lost in the sauce there for a second, but bounces it outside, cruising into the end zone to tack on another score. But the Winona State defense just could not stop Saginaw Valley State tonight. Michael Jamerson runs it in from the 1, and the visitors going to take this one 38-14. The Green Bay Packers and Philadelphia Eagles are in Brazil ahead of the NFL's first ever game to be played in South America. Packers players arrived in Sao Paulo Wednesday and were greeted by some die-hard fans who made the trip themselves. Now, Sao Paulo has some extra security measures in place for the game. Brazilian officials say that comes after some players raised some concerns about security in Latin America's largest country. The contest also represents the first NFL Week 1 game to be played on a Friday night.
We're really excited to be down here in Brazil. Your country's been great to us. The people have been fantastic. We're looking forward to making history tomorrow, and really looking forward to playing the Philadelphia Eagles to start off the 2024 season.
Now, Green Bay is underdogs here in this one by about a field goal. That one kicking off a little after 7 tomorrow. And remember, that game only on Peacock. So that's where you got to go to find that one there. So lots going on tonight. We got the Frenzy tomorrow, the Packers tomorrow, NFL also starting tonight. Didn't get a chance to watch much of it because we were busy back there. But
yeah.
Do you like what you see, Ken? Are you glad to have it back?
Oh, it's fantastic to have it back.
Yes.
I mean, it's unfortunate that the Packers and high school football are sharing a night tomorrow night. I mean, especially in Wisconsin, that's tough because you don't want to split attention.
Right.
High school, I think, is supposed to be sacred to Friday night, but this is the way of the NFL. They could have it every single day if they wanted.
They would do that,
and we'd watch.
Yes, we would.
I'm especially excited about this year because I'm part of a fantasy football
league
here at
She's off to a great start.
And I'm beating him so far.
Yep. Well, we'll see how Sunday goes. Thanks, Jacob.
Okay, more news right after this.
Women need to pay close attention
to what Eric Hovde says about access to abortion.
Hovde's all in about opposing reproductive rights.
I am totally opposed to abortion.
And he wanted Roe overturned.
Do you think Roe versus Wade should be overturned?
Yes. So Eric Hovde is okay with politicians overruling decisions of doctors like me.
My patients worry about what Hovde will take away next.
A vote for Eric Hovde means we'll lose even more control over our lives.
Women Vote is responsible for the content of this ad.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. Who loves a good game of Plinko? Wesco and Sparta is making sure your price is right. Come on in and play a game of Plinko to see what your discount is. Discounts up to 30% off in select departments. What discount will you get? Wesco and Sparta, where white glove delivery and setup are always free. Tell them Peyton sent you.
It just keeps getting worse.
These are telltale signs that water is shifting your foundation. But it's okay. We got it.
Oh, this is done growing in this house.
Okay.
Cracking drywall is just one sign your foundation is compromised, but you can. Put water back in its place with a free inspection from Innovative Basement Authority. And now receive no interest on any repairs if paid in full in 24 months. Call or go online today.
Leave the gate open, and it's chaos. Biden and Kamala opened America's gate, abandoned the Border Patrol. In came over 8 million unvetted illegals, and a fentanyl crisis endangering families.
Let's go. I'm Derek Van Orden, and after spending 26 years as a Navy SEAL, I'll do anything to protect your grandchildren and mine. I know how to defend this country. So let's secure the border and save America. I'm Derek Van Orden, and I approve this message.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
An event in La Crosse is showing youth their value in the community. Today, health institutions and youth-serving agencies hosted Together for Youth Back to School, where middle and high schoolers kicked off the new school year with activities and connections to community resources.
The event promotes relationship development with adult mentors and shows youth the value of their attendance in school.
Two of the big protective factors that kids need right now are A, caring adults, and B, pro-social opportunities. And so today we're here to provide both of those things and really just tell kids that we care about them and we're here to support them.
The students were treated to games like tug of war and a scavenger hunt, along with some live music and food. The La Crosse agencies today work collaboratively all year to problem solve challenges and create more responsive programming for youth needs.
Looks like a fun time.
Lots of fun. Okay, Greg will have one final look at your forecast right after this.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
Run forward and give back at the YMCA Maple Leaf Walk Run presented by Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Join us in person or virtual with a 5K, 5-mile, half marathon, and kids fun run. An event for everyone. Register at laxymca.org.
Kamala Harris cast the tie-breaking vote that created America's inflation.
The vice president votes in the affirmative, and the bill is passed.
Economists said Harris's vote led directly to the higher prices we pay. 22% more for groceries, 50% more for gas. Mortgage costs nearly double. Thanks a lot, Kamala. Trump had our economy humming. He'll do it again.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
At Taco John's, we've got beef with other places that start with frozen beef. That's why we start with only 100% American never frozen beef, simmered in our signature spice blend. Say no to thaw and yes to 100% American beef at Taco John's.
Save on Stressless by the truckload at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Every season, Stressless updates styles and leathers, but first we need to make room. At Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, we took advantage of big discounts on discontinued styles, leathers, and overstocks. Now we're passing a truckload of savings on to you. You'll find sofas, love seats, chairs and ottomans, even power recliners, all at amazingly low prices. Don't delay. Quantities are extremely limited. Take advantage of truckload savings on Stressless, only at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
This adorable shelter pet wants to meet you and your family today. The News 8 Now Pet of the Week is brought to you by Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
BMO.
Run forward and give back at the YMCA Maple Leaf Walk Run presented by Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Join us in person or virtual with a 5K, 5-mile, half marathon, and kids fun run. An event for everyone. Register at laxymca.org.
All right, tomorrow we'll still see some showers off and on, scattered. Most areas probably won't see it, but it will be out there. The big change will be the temperatures, about 10 degrees colder than it was. And then going into Friday night into Saturday morning, it's definitely going to be frost potential and 30s, so definitely bundle up for Friday night football and then Saturday morning. The better news is if you want the 80s, they're coming back. Don't worry, next week we got mid 80s, potentially upper 80s. So just got a taste of October and we'll be back to July or August.
All right, sounds good. And tomorrow's Friday and we have a fun surprise for all of you all on our social media channels, so stay tuned.
It's going to be a heck of an announcement. Thanks for joining us at 10.
We'll see you tomorrow.